My next guest helps female business owners and online service providers realize the importance of stepping into their zone of genius and ditching imposter syndrome for good. Please welcome Kelly Noon. Welcome to the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Patricia Bourgeois, certified business coach. I am here to help you up-level, generate consistent wealth, increase your confidence, attract dream clients, and master your mindset so that you can fully own your power and achieve next-level results in your online business and beyond. Every week, a powerful conversation will take place with amazing guests, or I'll share from my experience to help inspire you to start and scale the business of your dreams while being powerfully you. The time has come to stop playing small, stop hiding, and stop waiting. Now is the perfect time for you to passionately pursue your heart's desire as the powerful leader you were born to be. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I am here today with Kelly. Hey, girl.
Hi.
How are you?
I am so good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to interview you.
Me too.
I just love who you are as a person. I love your personality. Like you have so much humor, and the more I get to know you, the more things that I'm like, wow, like this person, like she's amazing. So I cannot wait for the world to listen to you. So feel free to introduce
Oh,
yourself.
thank you. You are too sweet. Oh gosh, I'm terrible at this. Hello, I'm Kelly. I'm probably the most awkward person in the world. So there's your fair warning. I'm new to starting my own business. I've been working on Instagram and kind of doing everything social media management for probably about 2.5 years now. And I just, as crazy as it sounds, I love it. I think it's just so fun. Of course, it is definitely a lot. So you have to remember to take your breaks.
Mm-hmm.
But I am just loving everything about it and genuinely the amount of connections I have made with people. Like yourself, I have made so many amazing connections with people just in like the last month that it's just, why didn't I start this sooner?
Yes, I mean, getting those connections and meeting new people, it's just the best part of what we do. I know you started out studying fashion. Like how does that happen? Like that transition?
Right. Well, I had always been a big fashion lover. I wouldn't even say guru because like I couldn't style myself to save my life, okay? But I know what looks good. So it's like I can put together an outfit for anyone else except for myself. And so I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I ended up going to school for fashion merchandising because I was like, well, this is, the most interesting sounding thing.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing that, it's kind of like I explained it as saying it's the business side of fashion. So I took a lot of marketing and business classes while doing this. And that's where I kind of started to develop my passion for all things marketing and social media.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Especially with the amount of market research that you have to do for all of your papers
Mm,
in business
yeah.
school. So just honestly doing that. And then I also had to do a blog study for one of my classes where I had to start up my own blog. And so blogging isn't so much my thing, but it got me started in that whole social media realm. And then COVID hit. So that really
Mm.
kind of took a turn for everything and put school on pause. And I was honestly feeling at a point in school that I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I knew that what I was doing
Mm.
was not making me happy. And it was getting to the point where I was just having too many mental breakdowns that I couldn't stand it anymore. And
Mm-hmm.
so the pandemic kind of came at the perfect point for me because then it
Mm-hmm.
kind of opened my eyes to the whole virtual assistant social media world, which I didn't even know was essentially a thing, let alone
Mm.
something you could turn into a business through Instagram. So
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of my gateway to starting all of it.
Yes. And I know you also had a baby during all of
I
this.
did. I know.
Yeah, so a lot of changes at the same time.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So that was probably like having ACE was probably my biggest thing for not going back to school, and just trying to make my business full time, was
Mhm.
because I needed to stay home to take care of her, but also like I wanted that freedom and autonomy of being able to stay home and make memories with my baby, but also,
Mm.
still be able to do what I love and make a living out of it, you know?
Yeah.
So this was kind of
Yeah.
like the perfect fix all, I guess you could say, ticket for me. And I was like, I don't have to keep going to school and dreading my life. Bet. I'm gonna do this instead.
Yeah. So, what would you say was like the biggest thing that helped you, like grounded you and centered you during all these changes and transformation that you were going through?
Ooh, great question. I would recently you most definitely. Working with you has been completely life changing for me.
Mhm.
Especially in terms of my business, but also just making sure to take time for myself and really making
Yeah.
self-care an important part of my at least weekly routine, because
Mhm.
I'm one of those people where my ADD will make me hyper focus on things, and so I will put this
Mhm.
unnecessary pressure and urgency on myself to get everything done now, or else I know I'll procrastinate. So it's really just trying to learn to give myself that grace and that time to say, hey, you need to calm down before you burn out.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
stepping back, getting some baby snuggles, watching some of my favorite TV shows, just to kind of decompress, if anything, for an hour has been a huge game changer for me and not getting burnt
Yeah.
out or overwhelmed. And I'm finding I'm having a lot more ideas when I take more time for myself. But it has to be those shorter
Yeah.
periods because if I take too long, then I'll get stuck in that procrastination era, and that's not good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love that you said that. I feel like a lot of people go through those phases too.
Hmm.
And this would give them so much value to just learn how to recenter and take time for
Oh,
yourself
yeah.
and get the support. And I love that
Hmm.
you said that too, because I feel like every time I did get support myself as well, I felt this sense of like, okay, everything's going to be okay. I know what I'm working
Hmm.
on. Like I have that accountability, that support. So it's so important. And yeah, like I want you to talk about like what exactly made you like say that it was the best thing ever.
Yeah. You mean like in terms of getting support or just terms of like implementing self care?
The support part, because a lot of people listening to the podcast,
Hmm.
maybe they're on their journey to hire their first coach or
Yeah.
like their next coach. So, what would you say were the things that you were looking for, or what really helped you?
Yeah. To be honest, I think the selling factor for me was I started out, I met you doing the business audit,
Mm-hmm.
kind of market research call, I believe is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just from like the instant, like we got on the call, I think I just instantly connected with you and your energy. And I was like, oh, I really like this girl. Cause I am very energetically connected to people, I guess you could say. So if
Mm.
I can usually tell within the first minute if I vibe with your energy or not. And when we got on the
Yeah.
call, it was just like immediate. I felt like I'd known you forever. And
Yeah.
I think that's so important when you're looking to hire help is you don't just want to hire someone because you're like, "Oh, well, I see that they're making six figure, seven figure, eight figure, whatever a
Mm-hmm.
month, and I want that," but if you don't vibe with them, you're not going to get those same results, right? Because then you're just
Mm-hmm.
going to look at it in not a relationship kind of way. You're going to look at it as like a boss kind of way in my head. So I was very,
Mm.
I need a mentor. Like I need someone that I can connect with who can like be my friend, but also hit me with the hard facts and be like, no, you need to kind of step back and reframe your mind, like reframe your way of thinking, which is what you've done
Mm-hmm.
a lot for me because I struggled so much
Yeah.
with imposter syndrome and just kind
Mm-hmm.
of like I knew I have the skills and I know I have the knowledge, but feeling like I just don't have enough in order to be, worthy
Mm-hmm.
enough to put myself out there and charge for it. You've
Mm-hmm.
definitely helped flip that switch for me. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just come in such a natural way. Like the conversation
Yeah.
is so natural and friendly. And I think that is incredibly important when looking to hire help. You have to make sure
Yes.
that you connect with them on like more than just a surface level, like, oh, we have the same coffee order and favorite color, you know?
Yeah, totally. Oh, I love this so much. And I know a lot of people, like when they're first starting, they're really afraid of like getting on the phone and meeting new
Yes.
people. Like, what would you say to those people who are like really like holding themselves back from getting on the phone with people?
Oh, I feel you. I feel your pain because I have been there and I'm still there. Honestly, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. I
Mm-hmm.
like even before getting on the call with you, like I feel so comfortable with you, but I was still like I'm sweating right now. Like I'm still nervous. The best way I can explain it is you just have to know that there's really nothing to be afraid of because
Yes.
the only one that's making it scary and hyped up in your mind is you. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of us, at least, well, I should say for me, I would get caught in that, oh, well, I feel like I'm going for an interview, or I feel like I'm giving a presentation, or I feel like I am, it felt very school or work transactional instead of just having a conversation with somebody. And so that's like what you really need to go into it thinking is just you're going into it, like whether it's a
Mm-hmm.
market research call or a sales call, you're going into it just talking to a friend. That's honestly the
Mm,
best way to look at it. Because
yeah.
if you go into it like scared or you go into it like, hey, I'm going to sell this course to this person, you're going to come off very like timid or very salesy and you just want to
Yeah.
build that connection first. So I
Mm-hmm.
think just kind of taking a deep breath and knowing that the worst thing that could happen is like they hang up the call on you. And you know what? At the end of the day,
Mm,
who cares? It's not going to affect you at the end of the day, if that makes sense. I know that's probably like not the
yeah.
most fast pep talk, but it's really just kind of the one that's making it the most hyped up in your mind is you.
Yes. I love that. Let's frame that.
Yes, I'm on it.
Love it. I love that so much. And so let's shift gear a little because I know you have a lot of great things coming up really, really soon. And I want you to talk about this because I know the work you do is so amazing. And yeah, I want you to talk about like your frameworks and what it is you're working on. And like, I want you to brag a little. Like, let's do that.
Yeah. Well, okay. Something I am working on that I'm very excited about is I'm not sure when this is going to come out, but I am essentially putting together a full blown package course that's going to take you from point A to Z
Hmm.
for starting your business. So it's going to help you build the foundations of starting your business in terms of getting over imposter syndrome and those limiting beliefs. Um, from defining your ideal client. And then once you have that ideal client defined, we're going to go into building out your offers, how you go about conducting market research so you can build the most amazing offers for your ideal clients.
Hmm.
And then I'm going to be going over my signature strategy, which is like the
Yes.
4A method. So
Yes.
it's align, allure, attract, and action. So to give you a short snippet, align is sort of the clarity step. So that's going to be defining your ideal client,
Hmm.
kind of what their biggest struggles are, how you help, and then going about conducting market research in order to get a deeper understanding of your ideal clients.
Hmm.
Allure is kind of the messaging section. So that's kind of problem awareness, how to position yourself, elements of a good hook, and engagement strategies. Attraction
Hmm.
is the transformation portion. So this is kind of where we define how you go about helping your ideal client and the transformation that you bring. So this
Mm.
is kind of presenting that evidence that you're the most qualified option, whether that's in terms of previous work or just relatable experiences.
Mhm.
So kind of what sets yourself apart from everybody else and that call to action. And then the action part is the impact section. So this is going to be kind of creating that roadmap and the steps that are going to take you towards creating massive action and driving those results that you want to create in your business, and
Mhm.
taking your ideal clients through that customer journey. And then it's also going to help you create a launch plan for launching your business, and walk you through at least the first 4 weeks of setting up your offer, talking about it, and how to go about launching it on social media.
OMG. Like the full package. I love it.
Yes. Gonna have it all. And it's gonna have workbooks and stuff to help guide you through all of the courses and
Yeah.
whatnot. It's going to be absolutely game changing, especially if you're new to starting out your business and you are
Mm-hmm.
needing help defining all of those little elements, but you're just not
Mm-hmm.
sure where to start or how to go about it.
Oh my gosh, yes. Like honestly, if you're new, hit up Kelly right now. She got you.
I do. I got it all.
I love it so much. And how much would you say is like mindset a big piece of starting? Like would you say it's like 90-10%? Like how would you define mindset as one of the pillars to starting a business?
Oh my God, it's the absolute foundation of your business. Aside from knowing your ideal client, which of course
Mhm.
everyone shoves down your throat is the most important thing. Yes, but truly the most important thing is kicking imposter syndrome to the curb and removing those limiting beliefs and
Mhm.
getting in that mindset that you are an absolute badass. You can
Yes.
create everything that you want in this life. You can achieve your goals and that you are worthy of charging high ticket because you are absolutely exceptional and there's nobody in this world that can offer what you have to offer. And it's just
Mhm.
kind of reworking those beliefs that society has input on us. And
Mm.
I can't remember who spoke about it, but one of your previous podcasts, there was a wonderful episode where she talked about the matrix and kind of
Mm.
removing
Mhm.
yourself from that. And
Mhm.
if you haven't, oh, you have to listen to that episode because it was absolutely incredible. But
Yeah.
yes, mindset is such a huge, huge, huge piece.
Yes. Ugh, I love it so much. So, I know you've listened to the show, so you know I ask this to everyone who comes. What does being a powerful leader mean to you?
Oh, love it. I think being a powerful leader is really just kind of stepping into your zone of genius and owning it. It's really just kind of about knowing what you have to offer, yes, but really being authentically and unapologetically you, and knowing that
Mm,
you have all of the skills, everything that you need in order to be successful and be the most happy and live the most amazing life. You just have to
mm.
step into that power and into that light, as cheesy as it sounds.
And how would you actually do that when, let's say, we have people in our lives or society that tells us like no, we can do it? Like how would you say like you'd be able to really step into that genius and silence the naysayers?
Oh, the naughty answer is throw up the middle finger and put on your headphones and keep on walking.
Yes.
But honestly, that's really what it is. It's just you cannot let those haters, and even if they're people from like your family or your friends, like you can't let them detract you from your goals because
Yes.
as you've even told me, they're holding up a mirror to you. So
Hmm.
when they're saying that you can't achieve your goals, you can't start your own business, that's not that's not anything to do with you. That's them. That's
Hmm.
all to do with them and their mindset and their belief. Just because they couldn't do it, they think that nobody else can, and that's
Mm.
totally not true. Because you 110% can, and think of how amazing it's going to feel when you get to turn right back around and shove it in their face and say, "Look, I did do it. I did take everything I need to take in order to get to where I wanted to be."
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. You're amazing.
Thank you. You just have to kind of say, screw it to the rest of the world and own your power.
Yes, I love it so much. So, before we wrap up this amazing interview, do you have any last piece of wisdom that you'd like to share with the audience?
Oh, love that question. Honestly, it's as we've been saying this whole time. It's really just remove all of the thoughts that you cannot do it and that you are not good enough because I guarantee you there are so many people watching you right now. Even if you feel like there aren't, there's so many people watching you in your audience right now that want to work with you. And Anna had to teach this to me. Like
Hmm.
there are plenty of people that are watching you. They just may not be saying anything. but they will happen, or it will happen, and they will come to you and say, hey, you know what? I've been watching you for a while. I love your energy. I love your vibe. How can I work with you? It may not happen today and it may not happen tomorrow, but it will happen if you just stay consistent, put in the energy, and continue being unapologetically you.
Amen, sister. That was amazing. Oh, so good. So, where can people go to connect with you further online?
Yeah. So I'm at Ren Kelly Co at Instagram. That's probably the best platform to find me. I am on Facebook, but getting a little bit better about posting on there. So Instagram is probably the best place to find me.
Amazing. Go follow Kelly. She's amazing. You're going to learn so much from her. She gives a lot of like also amazing tips on Instagram. Like I love your reels.
Oh, thank you. I work really hard on them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're amazing. I learned so much, like all your Canva tips and all of that. Just go follow Kelly. You won't regret it. Thank you so much again for being here. And yeah, we chat soon.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Powerful Female Leaders podcast. If you love this episode, make sure to spread the message, leave a review, and subscribe. I would forever be grateful for you. I also want to hear from you, and I want to know your feedback and your questions for future episodes. So don't be shy, say hi, and send me a message at Powerful Female Leaders Podcast on Instagram. Until then, I'll see you on the next episode.